Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Lior Ohayan speaking. Chat is on the right-hand side, top right. Just give me a quick one if you can hear me. And you should be able to see Herc's screen. It's a Namecheap order summary. What's going on, Jonathan, Jeff? Thanks for coming early and on time. People are just filling in now. What's going on, Frank Casper? That's an awesome name, dude. Chase says, yo, what up? Excited. Yeah, he should be. What's up, Doug? Keith? You can hear me fine. Great. Muhammad Ali from Toronto. Wow. Edwin from Northern Ireland. A lot of people pouring in. Yeah, guys, we're just going to give it one more minute so people can figure out this webinar system. Got some water going on here. Give me one if you were not on webinar 1 last night. That should be interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. We got a couple. Well, you guys are in for a real treat. Hope you watched the replay. If not, we'll sort of let you in on what happened. All right. Keith says he watched the replay. All right, guys, just a few more seconds. People pouring in late. All right, guys, on the call with us, exact same as last night, we have Herc Magnus, Todd Spears from Project Supremacy, and we also have Jason, who's one of the developers, and Steven. Now, they might come on and say hi later if they can figure out their microphone issues, but Herc is going to be taking us away, as well as Todd, in presenting. So if you watched the replay last night, you know that we set up a brand new site. We not only installed a plugin on the site to create hundreds of pages and keywords, but it also ended up ranking less than 15 minutes later. Now, that was not the intended effect. It was supposed to be showing off the results tonight. But Herc is going to take care of that and showing you all that good stuff. But the most important thing is, now that we have that site, what are we going to do with it? Are we going to sell it? Are we going to rent the leads? Are we going to make it bigger and get more traffic? And that's really what tonight is all about. And these guys are the best at that. Herc has this rank and rent guide that I've seen. He used it for scope leads, and it's absolutely incredible. He really, really knows his stuff when it comes to selling leads and dealing with clients. So it's, again, the perfect fit for those that use scope leads or just in general. So Brandon says, yo. Mike says, hey guys. All right, guys, so without further ado, close all the other tabs you got going on. Any distractions, you need to keep this tab open and give your full attention to Todd and Herc. All right, guys, you can unmute yourselves, and I'll let you take it away.
Hey. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. Thanks for coming back. This is Todd Spears. I'm going to chat with you just for a second here. We have Herc on the line as well as Jason. Steven, just want to give you guys a heads up. He has traveled from the Netherlands to Liverpool, UK today, and we were chatting with him just about an hour ago, and then all of a sudden his mic has apparently failed him. So we're just going to carry on here. If we need Steve, maybe Steven can join us later. He is the developer of the product you see on the screen now, the software you see on the screen now, Local Supremacy. So he's always good to have on hand because he really knows the software in and out, and it's quite extraordinary, and it does many, many wonderful things, and we're going to go over all of that in just a little bit. But let me just get a query from the audience here. How many of you attended last night's session? Just give me a 1 in there, a yes, saw it. Give me something, interaction there, so I can see how many people do know about the site that we built last night. And you guys got a little sneak peek there at the end of what we were dealing with. And it only got better. So I think we're probably going to start off with some of that. And then we're going to talk about, what made that happen and maybe do a little bit of review on that. And then we're going to get into local supremacy. And now, as Lior mentioned, how do we want to monetize these rankings now? So let's get started. You guys ready? I see a lot of familiar names here last night. I see everyone's very excited. Yeah, right on. I see a lot of people chiming in now. Absolutely. Okay, a little mic check from Hurt. Hurt, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
There he is. Sounds loud and clear. I'm pretty sure everyone else can hear Hurt. Is that true? Yes. Okay, great. Perfecto. Jason, are you back there in the background with us as well? Get a little mic check from you.
Mic check, 1 take.
I think I hear him. Say hello, Jason. Okay, well, Jason may be working on his microphone as well, but I know I heard his voice earlier there. But that's all good. Herc, let's kick this thing off and let's see what we did last night. How did we do?
All right. So you guys that were on the webinar saw we weren't going to, like Lior said, we really weren't going to reveal anything until today. But you guys saw that at the end we kind of took a peek there and we saw some pretty awesome stuff. So this was the domain we built yesterday, guys, just to I'm going to just quickly go over this, okay? Atticus, where's Atticus? He's around. You'll hear him snoring. So this was the domain we built yesterday. It was also registered yesterday, okay? April 19th, 2017, 12 p.m. for 88 cents plus your ICANN fee. So we paid an astounding $1.06 for this domain, and it was ebshoots.pro, okay? So there's the proof that it was registered at Namecheap yesterday. And now here is ebshoots.pro. So you guys saw that the site was indexed in ranking. I threw it into my rank tracker. I use ProRank Tracker for ranking. And I just combined a bunch of locations with a bunch of keywords to get all the stuff that we're tracking. So number one, we're not tracking every keyword. Okay. I think I'm tracking actually right here, we're tracking 416 keywords, which is still a boatload of keywords. And you could see, even in a 24-hour period, how many number one rankings we got. Car photographers, bar mitzvah photographers. We have band photographers in here. There's wedding photographers a little further down because it does get a little bit more competitive. But out of the gate, guys, once again, like I said, what we do is we create tools that make your life as an SEO easier. We get you, hundreds of first page rankings. And actually the cool thing was Lior was advertising 100. And I got a little nervous. I was like, oh man, I don't know if we can do like 100 first page rankings, but this report actually has 100 per page. Okay. So this is the first page of Google, and you can see term rows per page is 100. And we have number 10 here, meaning we hit it. We actually hit our goal. We have, if I go to page 2, we have over 100 keywords that we're tracking that we know of on page 1. So we actually did hit that in 24 hours. So super awesome stuff. So I can go
hey, Hurt, 1 second. Scroll up. Just go back to that rank tracker. Scroll up a little bit. You see there in the current ranks there, 24 number ones, 25 number threes, and 60 top 10s. Okay. So right there's your 100. And then there's another 65 on the second page. And then there's the rest. But you can see that graph right there, and that's just beautiful.
Beautiful. So I just took one, guys. I just grabbed this Vaughn car photographer just to show you it's real. Okay, it's in Google. Car photography is apparently a thing. And there we are, number one, EB Shoots Pro. So I'm not going to hound on this, this proof. I think we proved it yesterday. If you didn't see it yesterday, you definitely got to watch that replay. Make sure you're checking your emails from Lior. But then we did something else, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but I kind of screwed up on the site. I don't know if you remember that, where I did some little editing errors because I was explaining and building, and I screwed up the site. And luckily, we still got away with it in a big, big way. We got over 100 first page rankings with that site. But what I wanted to do was build another site, okay, and use the same keywords and basically the same settings. So it's basically almost, it's almost a copy of the site, except I did it a little bit cleaner, okay? And I registered another domain, and let me show that to you. I'm gonna go to my my Webbies here, okay? And I'll open up the images here. So I opened up a second domain, and you can see the date here. This is today's date, April 20th at 11:49 this morning. I registered almost the same domain, ebphoto.pro, and I paid another $1.06 for this one, and I built it. And let me show you what happened with that one. Remember, I built this morning.
While eating a sandwich.
Yeah. Okay, guys, here's the rank tracker for the site I built this morning, ebphoto.pro. A whole slew, another site with a whole slew of page one rankings, okay? Now, let me show you something. There's something that's really, really cool here. If I grab this bar mitzvah photographer in Pickering and I search Google for that, you guys will notice this. Check this out, okay? EB Photo, EB Photo, EB Photo, EB Photo, EB Photo, EB Photo, EB Shoots, which was the domain I built yesterday, EB Shoots, EB Shoots, EB Shoots. We own the whole first page between those two sites, and it spills over even into the second page. And this is what we were talking about when we say, not only can we rank these keywords in a very short amount of time on page one, often number one, but we can also dominate. We can dominate the entire first page. And as an SEO or a client, when you have to go to prove yourself to a client, there's nothing more powerful than saying, look, how about I just own the entire first page of Google? Let's look at Guelph, bar mitzvah photography, EB Photo, EB Photo. I'll make this a little bigger. Okay, EB Photo, EB Photo, EB Photo, 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 shoots, 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 shoots. Shoots, shoots, shoots. Okay, we have 13. We're number 1 through 13 with 2 sites that took a total of about 30 minutes to build, or 40 if you include the screw up. So give me a 1 if you guys get it. You get the power. Yes, you guys, this software can rank. You guys can dominate. Okay, obviously. It's indisputable. Okay, and these are good keywords. Like we were going over these actually, and there's some where's Etobicoke? Like a band photographer. Etobicoke is a suburb of Toronto. It's a big one for anyone that doesn't know. Etobicoke is a big place. And to rank, on the first page, EB Photo, EB Photo, EB Shoots, EB Shoots, EB Shoots, EB Shoots. We did that in a day. You think you could sell that to a band photographer and say, look, I can book you some jobs in Etobicoke or in Mississauga. Mississauga. EB Shoots, okay, for its page in Mississauga. Mississauga almost has 1 million people in it, and we're on the first page in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
Andy has a quote. He's like, man, this is kick-ass compared to my Mass Creator. It's a great point, Andy. We kind of covered that a lot on the other webinar. We know about all the other mass builders out there. We're all SEOs. Todd, myself, Jason, and Steven are all SEOs, as well as 3 of those guys are developers. I'm not a developer, but I am an SEO. And we know the limitations. So we built a mass builder that works, but it's not actually a mass builder. So yeah, I'm just saying this in general, Andy. We did build a mass builder, guys, but the thing that we're doing better, I think, is that we're not actually mass building. We're not building thousands and thousands of pages, even though we are getting crazy amount of results really, really fast. So now, okay, what do you do with these ugly sites? Okay, you're dominating, and then you go to a sales meeting and you're like, look, I'm ranking all over the place. And then your potential client looks at it and looks at you like you're a freaking idiot. Like, you're kidding me, right? You want me to rent this shitty ass site, right? No, that's not what the purpose of that is. That brings up the next piece of software, guys, which is called Local Supremacy. Okay. And that is the one developed by Steven Vanderpyle, who can develop awesome software, but he cannot figure out a microphone. Okay, so here's an example, guys. Here's EB Photo. I have a couple other sites on here, and if you guys want to go check them out and sneak and watch on the replays, you can. Feel free. Okay, so what I've done here, and I'm not going to like show you step by step how it happens, but basically what I've done, I'm going to show you 4 different ways you can use this software now. Okay, so even though it's an overlay software, typically most overlay softwares do one thing. They overlay the page. That's it. It's over. Okay, but we do 4 different ways that you can do awesome things. So number 1, what I'm going to do is once you build the site and you want to talk to a potential client, let's say you're targeting clients. So you guys are scope leads, guys. You know the power of scope leads. You can target out clients. If you really want to be really kind of, get a foot forward on them, what you do is use scope leads to pull in, your targets, your people with websites or certain things that are lacking, maybe rankings or schema or whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. And overlay their sites. So what you would do is come in here, you'd add an asset. Okay. These are all assets. And what an asset is something that you're going to bill out to a client. And it doesn't matter how many pages or how many sites even are in an asset. Okay. You can think of it as a package that you're selling to a client. And inside of that package, you can have multiple pages or even multiple sites. Okay. So let's just look at a single site. So we're going to open up EB Photo. I added it. I put this thing called a wildcard on saying I want every page that is available on the domain to be overlaid. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is select overlay. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the Rent Me funnel and I'm going to do a quick Google search here. I'm going to have to go to page 2 because we're filling it on page 1. Okay, so let's go back to Etobicoke Band Photographer, where we already know. Let's get a better example. What was one of those ones that I was smoking? Okay, Vaughn Car Photographers. Let's Google that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll grab, let's say this lady, okay, or maybe even a car photographer. Let's just grab this lady. Let's assume this lady was a car photographer. You'd have to obviously go a little deeper and dig for a client that is into car photography. But then what you could do is you grab her URL, you take it back to Local Supremacy, you say, I want to overlay everything, and you create a funnel. And then you say, where do you want to overlay it to? And we're going to pick her. Actually, we're not going to pick her because she's a HTTPS. We'll do Megan. There we go. You can do HTTPS, guys. That's just we can't do non-HTTPS tip. I'm confusing you, but don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to say Megan Vaughn. Okay, so let's say we're targeting Megan Vaughn. Excuse me. So now what happens is when Megan Vaughn comes along and she's searching her stuff, because let me explain something to you. Every business owner should know, or typically does know, where they rank in Google if they're any sort of good business owner with their business. They're always like Googling their terms. They want to see where their sites are ranking. Maybe they're paying other SEOs, or maybe they're curious and doing their own SEO, but they're always searching their own shit. They're very aware of where they rank in Google, okay? So one day she comes along and she wants to see where she's ranking. She sees all this shit, and then she clicks on it. She's like, why is this company like so badass? Okay, and then she clicks on it, and what does she see? What do you think Megan Vaughn would think if she saw that the whole first page was dominated with some other ebshoots.pro or EB Photo, and she clicked on it and her site came up? Okay. Now, kind of what I was saying with what you guys could do with scope leads is you could be proactive and target Megan, whatever her name is, Megan Vaughn. Okay. And you could contact Megan and just be like, well, do whatever message you do, but be like, Megan, I found you by searching for Mississauga band photographer. Do you own ebshoots.pro, or some kind of trickery with your words? And she'll be like, what? No, I don't own that. And be like, well, how come when I click on it, it goes to your site? She'll come and check it out. And then you can do whatever you want. Like structure your deal or structure your, your sales pitch any way you want. But the fact is what you're doing is you're setting her up. You're showing her, look, I already rank for tons of shit and I have your site displaying to that. She's going to be interested. She's going to want to talk to you. Okay. It's about getting a foot in the door, right? And this is a great way to get a foot in the door. Okay. So that's called just a straight up overlay. Brandon. Yeah, you can use this with scope leads. What I'm saying is you're using scope leads to contact the people if you're being proactive. So like I was targeting Megan Vaughn here with this, right? And if Megan Vaughn isn't interested, then I would just target someone else. I would just go to the next photographer, come in here. So let's do this. Let's just go to, wedding photographer in whatever, Toronto. Whoops. Well, that's what I'm saying, Brandon. He's saying, why not just contact them directly? But before you contact them, you're going to want to set up your sales pitch. You don't want to go in empty handed. You don't want to go in and show them that, you ranked an ugly site, right? You don't want to show them this. You want to show them your rankings. You want to show them this, but then when they click on it, you want it to be their site. So for instance, like now if Megan said no, I'd be like, all right, Megan, I'm going to go talk to old Purple Tree over there. I know they're your neighbors. So let me get my right tab. So now you change from Megan Vaughn to Purple Tree, and you're on to the next one. It's just a sales tactic. Remember, there's 4 ways that we're going to show you guys to do stuff, okay? So then when people come in and click on, where are we at here? Okay, EB Shoots. Or was it EB Photo?
Hey, Herc, I'll just chime in here just for a second. I think in just a second, Herc's going to show you how to hang a Rent Me banner on these sites. And one way to use scope leads for that is if you're, you would scrape, you would find, several to, 20, 50, 100 people who are in the photography niche on pages 1 and 2 or selling AdWords or buying AdWords or what have you, and show them this site. Number 1, hey, Google this term. I'm ranked number 2 or number 1 or number 3, whatever it is. Would you like to rent this site from me? Go click on the site and you'll see Herc's going to demonstrate this Rent Me banner funnel, and it's really, really cool. But being able to send a lot of people at once to check it out, if you can't get someone going directly to them to buy, then you can also use, get a lot of people to come look, do that search, look at this site, and they click on the link, and they get the opportunity to rent right there on the spot and overlay. I think Herc's going to demonstrate that next.
Yeah, you're way ahead of me right now.
Okay, that's what Brandon was talking about, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so remember, guys, let me go one step at a time here, okay? There's 4 things I'm going to show you, and this is step 1. This is a proactive approach. You can target a client, okay? You can target Purple Tree. You can target Megan Vaughn. Be proactive. You already got the rankings. And what I'm saying by doing this, it's okay. It's totally cool. Brandon's excited. I'm excited too, and that's why I'm going to trip on a lot of my words. What I'm saying is, there's no better sales presentation than a presentation of proof and results, right? The old way of doing SEO and what I taught in my rankings. Let me grab a drink of water here. One sec, guys. Ha. All right. So the old way of doing SEO was client SEO, where you would get into a meeting somehow and promise your client that you were going to do some SEO for them. And hopefully in 30 to 60 or 90 days, they were going to see some results, right? And that sucks. That's a terrible way to do SEO. Because what are you selling? You're selling a promise without a result in for an amount of time. And these guys are spending money on this, hoping that it's a gamble for them. You're selling them a gamble, a lottery ticket. And people don't like to do that. And then along came the rank and rent model, where I did things like I was teaching spray foam insulation Edmonton, where we would build a site and rank for like 5 keywords on Google. Okay, and then you would approach the client, and then you'd say, "Look, go check out my rankings." Spray foam. Okay. This was the rank and rent method, where we're ranking number 1 and number 2 and number 3. And that's pretty impressive. Okay. And then you approach the client and say, hey, I found your site searching for spray foam insulation Edmonton. I actually own the number 1 ranked site. Would you like to rent it? Or would you like to take it over? Don't say rent, because that infers that you're trying to sell something. But if you're really casual with your approach and you say, would you be interested in taking it over? They're kind of like, yeah, what the hell are you talking about? They're interested, but they can see the result. Okay, that was the rank and rent method. But now we have the domination method. you know what I mean? Where it's not only what I was teaching with ranking 1, 2, 3, we can rank the whole first page. And by the time you get to them, you know, you don't have to prove yourself. You're not selling a promise. You're not even selling. You're presenting results. You know what I mean? And your sales job is so much easier now. And they're going to be curious. They're going to look at you right away and be like, you obviously know what you are doing. You obviously know. There's no way that you could rank. You could show them all this shit. You could even show them this. If you know, you get into a negotiation with that first method and they're like, you know, I need a little more convincing. Be like, all right, well, here, look at all these keywords I rank for. I rank literally the entire Toronto, everywhere in GTA, which is Greater Toronto area. I'm all over the damn place. And you're just an instant pro. Okay. There's no more, can I see your portfolio? There's just rankings. Okay. So now number 2, what kind of Todd was talking about, and I forget your name already, but you were asking. Number 2 is what we're going to do is kind of be give me a 1 if you guys don't like approaching clients either with phone calls or emails. Give me a 1 if you're kind of like, I don't really love that. I'm not a good salesperson. Give me a 1 if that's you. Okay. There's definitely some 1s in there. So now here, this is for you 1s. Okay. What you're going to do is instead of, let's pull this off. Let's go back into our funnel. So this is step 2. So instead of overlaying the site, I'm going to delete this. Okay. So we still have our asset. What we're actually going to do this time is we're going to create what's called a mini trial. Okay. Let me delete this here. Okay. Now I'm going to add back in our domain. All assets. Let me just make sure I do this right so I display it right. Now, this is for people who don't like to, you don't want to talk to anybody. You just want the sales to come to you. And like I was saying earlier, other businesses know their rankings. Okay. So what you're going to do is instead of selecting overlay page here, you're going to select page editor. Okay. And then we're going to go into the Rent Me funnel. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that EBN photo.pro and I'm going to choose what's called a pop-up ad. Okay. And then I'm going to create that as a funnel. Now I'm going to select the ad. I'm going to create a new ad. Okay. And I'm going to edit it. And this is going to take me into an editor section with a bunch of templates. Okay. So I'm going to choose a pop-up and I'm going to choose what's called a mini trial bar. There's a bunch of different things. We could do lead gens or mini trials, but I'm going to do a mini trial pop-up. Okay. And I'm just going to drag, I like this one actually. I'm going to drag this one over here and notice it says your name, your email, your phone number, your website. So I'm going to publish that. Okay. And now we'll just save that. So now let me show you what happens. Okay. For all you lazy people out there that don't like selling, because I get it. I really honestly don't like selling that much either. Now, when they go and click on they're searching for their own business or they're doing whatever. And then all of a sudden they see a whole page of first rankings. They're like, what the shit is this? They click on it and look what pops up. Okay. This website is for rent. So let's go back into Google and get that link back. Wedding photo. Okay, let's go grab another lady. Let's do Purple Tree again. Okay, so let's assume Purple Tree is out there looking for things and they saw your full page of rankings. Purple Tree is a big player in the market. They know that. They probably have a lot of employees or companies and somebody's going to tell them, you know, hey man, you should see these EB Shoots guys. They're absolutely dominating it. And then this comes up. So here's, Miss Purple, owner of the company. Her email is email@purple.com. Okay. Her phone number is going to be, whatever, 888-888-8888. And then she's going to put in her website. Okay. And then she's going to click show me how it works. I got to put in the HTTP. And then she'll click show me how it works. Your 5-minute live demo starts now. And this is what she sees. Looking good, right, Miss Purple? Time to make it permanent now before your competition does. So we overlay her site on the trial see, this is ebphoto.pro, right? Yeah, some guy just called me out. Well, I don't know what that was for. This is her site overlaid onto ebphoto.pro. And then what you can do with this, guys, click here to get all the details. In that funnel builder, okay, I kind of skipped a step just to be quick, but what you can do is you set up where this button goes. So now you can have it go to a sales page with a PayPal subscription button on it. You can have it go straight to a PayPal subscription button. Okay, like write the PayPal, pay me right now. You could have it go to a landing page that you design. Okay, you can do anything you want with this button. But this method is like for rank and rent. It is so killer, especially with scope leads, because you guys literally can use scope leads to target a whole bunch of people and start sending them to the site, and then they'll all be taking trials, and you guys can sell these trials, right? The other thing is in here, if you go to your leads, okay, you can see if you have those trials, there she is. There's Miss Purple with her email and her phone number and the site that she used to overlay it. We collect all the leads with this. So now if you do want to follow up, if she for some reason doesn't take the site and buy it and you want to follow up with her, you can. But you already know she's interested, right? So you just, these are hot leads. Okay. Now let me show you a third thing that you can do. Okay. Let's set this one up. So I'm going to delete this again. I'm going to back out. This is now called skinning. Okay. So this is pretty badass. Let me go to my assets. Okay. And we're going to go to EB photo. And we're going to delete our page editor. And I'm going to need my domain again. Let's just make sure that I got to make sure my cache is cleared so I can show this for you. I see a ton of questions coming in, guys. I'm not really sure if Todd and Lior and those guys are answering, but I will get to all these questions. I promise that. Yeah. So here's another thing you guys can do. Okay. So,
hey, Eric, I got most of these questions going on.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, guys. So now here's another thing that you can do with skinning. Okay. Now let's assume, okay, with this ebphoto.pro that it was either a landing page you owned or a client that you worked with, and this was their site or another site that's yours. Okay. Let's just assume that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take ebphoto.pro, okay, and pay particular attention to, I'll show you. I'll leave this page open and we'll compare A and B afterwards. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add that URL. Okay. I'm going to add a new page to there. And now this time I'm going to add the third thing instead of the overlay and overlay plus. I'm going to add the page editor back. And there's Stephen in the coordinators group. Can you, because you're still on the webinar, the skinning is in page editor, right? I just want to make sure of that. Whoop. Yeah, is it the page editor, correct? No, I still can't hear you, buddy. So just answer my questions quickly, all right? All right. Okay, there we go. You said that's correct. I got it right. So we're going to go page editor this time, all right? And now we're going to add our page. Now here's what it's going to do. It's going to load that site. Okay, let me get in there. Whoops. EBM overlay, and we're going to use, see where it says skin, guys? I'm going to create that funnel, and we're just going to give it a name. We'll just call it, whatever, client X. Okay, and now we're going to edit the skin. Now I want you to pay really close attention here, guys, to what's happening. Okay, this is the skin editor. What this is doing is downloading kind of a copy of the client site or your landing page or whatever. Okay, so here's the actual site, and here's the skin editor. So here you can see I'm able to edit a bunch of stuff here. Anything that the orange bar comes over, I can edit. So I'm going to take this, all right, and I'm going to edit that. I have now changed your site. Okay, and categories. I'm going to take the title of the widget. Okay, and I'm going to edit that. This is now changed to, actually, you know what I'll do? An even better thing. And I will put in 777 555 1234. Okay, I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to save it. Okay, and now check this out. I'm going to go back to this ebphoto.pro. I'm going to open it in a new tab. I'm going to put them side by side. Okay, here's the original, but here's what it is now. My cache. You notice what it did? I don't think I saved this one, but there's the phone number. Here's the original, Pickering Car Photographer, Ontario. It's still ebphoto.pro. This one is now ebphoto.pro, but I'm able to edit elements of the site without being on the site. Okay, this is good for conversion testing. This is good for if you guys want to choose, like if you want to overlay a site to a landing page that you control, you can edit elements of the landing pages, change the phone numbers, change the logos, change a client if someone's renting it out. Okay, so this is called skinning technology. Now, I'm 99% certain in the rank and rent industry, in the local marketing industry, in the overlay industry, we're the only ones that has this trial or this technology, okay, of skinning. We're the absolute only ones that have this.
I'm 999%.
Oh, you're on.
Whoa!
Can you hear me? Wow! It's amazing.
Goodness. It's Vanderpaal.
Welcome.
Oh, finally. It's been a hard evening to get that working.
You're actually just in time too, because the next one. Okay, guys, I've shown you three. Let me just really summarize really quick here. Number one, you're a bit aggressive with sales. You're targeting a client. You go find a client. You overlay their site. You contact them. They see that you've overlaid. Okay, and they're impressed as hell. They see all the rankings. Number two, you don't really like being a salesy type person. Okay, so you'd rather kind of let your sales come to you. So what you do is you overlay your site with a pop-up ad with a mini trial, and then other companies that are seeing your stuff can fill in their details, take a trial, and the sale happens without you even being there. You never even have to be there from start to end, to be honest, because they can do it all on their own. Okay, they can put in their PayPal details. Once they do, they get a back-end office where they can do whatever they want in there. It's super awesome stuff. That was number two. Number three is the skin editor, where if you have a client that you want to prove like some ranking stuff to, you can edit elements of the page without actually editing the page itself. So it's kind of like conversion testing, or if you have a landing page that you want to continually be changing, you can. And number four, guys, and this is another one that I haven't seen done yet, and I'm going to let Steven take it over from here, is you'll have the ability to rent out YouTube videos. So I'm going to let Steven present that one.
Just before you go there, I want to say something else about that skinning technology. I know there are a lot of people on this call right now that will be watching this or whatever that are, they're already probably pretty good SEOs. They probably already have some sites that are either coming up in the rankings or getting to the rankings. And how cool is it that if you have just some, one of those beautiful sites that you paid $1,000 to have created and you spent the last year getting it on page one, and then you wanted to be able to rent it out to certain different people. Now you have the ability to change out that phone number for as long as that person's paying without ever touching the site. That's what I think is really cool about it. Herc has some examples of some pool resurfacing sites that's already ranking on. Hell, he's showing one right now. Spray Foam Insulation Edmonton. This is a site that we built last year, and it ranks number 1 and number 2 in Google for Spray Foam Insulation Edmonton. And it's very easy for us to go in here and someone rents it out. We change the phone number, use the skinning technology. We changed their logo at the top left-hand corner. We added some more, their address, some other details about their company right there on the page without ever having to go. That guy stops paying. We simply rechange all of the information without having to get our designer to do it or having to outsource or anything like that. It could just be automatically handled from within Local Supremacy. Another really cool feature. And another really cool feature that's coming soon, is the ability to track the leads that are incoming from these sites as well. But more about that in the future. But lead capturing and selling is also another big advantage of local supremacy. Go ahead, Eric.
When you were mentioning that, if you're
I think you explained it pretty well there, Todd.
Thank you.
Like basically the skinning is just for pretty websites, and editing them, like basically completely focusing them on that particular customer who's hiring them. And the overlay is way more powerful for the more uglier websites that rank really, really well, and just using the website of a renter. The thing is, which I always say, is like sometimes when you rent out a ranking website to a potential client and they have a website, but a lot of local businesses have really ugly and bad, more important than ugly, bad converting websites. So even if you rank really well and your renter has a really bad converting website, they're going to complain to you. They're going to say like, well, that's all good and nice, and I'm ranking #1 there, but I'm still not getting any new clients. And obviously that's what matters to them. So then in that case, you can say, well, like I've checked out your website and it's just, I'm sorry to say, but it's just not so good. It's not converting. So what I can do for you, because I'm an expert and I can create really high converting websites, is create one for that person and then skin it to perfectly match whatever he's offering, and obviously charge a little bit more there as well. Okay, so we are at the video renting feature. I'm just gonna kind of try and talk what Herc is doing. So basically, you can add any video from any channel, multiple channels. That's no problem at all. And you basically just copy the URL, you paste it in. You will get sent to the YouTube to get some to basically give permission for our system to exit the URL, and then you get sent back.
I already have it.
Yeah, you already. That doesn't work if it's already in there. I'll just go to edit and I'll go from there. All right. So basically here you see 4 options. You can turn them off, on and off. Yeah, thanks. That's great. You zoom in a little bit. Like edit the video description. That's one of the recommended ones. Video text. You can only add video text. You cannot edit them. It is an option. It doesn't do very much. So in general, I would recommend you to just turn it off. The captioning tool is really powerful. I'll get into that a little bit more in a bit. And then you can also allow your renters to edit the video title. I would not recommend this because obviously, if you know anything about YouTube ranking, if you allow your renter to edit that video title and they change it into something weird, your video rankings can actually tank. So, it's an option, but I would say turn it off. And then when you hit the save button, then it's set, and then you scroll down a little bit. Go to video description settings. All right, there, like the system has pulled in the video description. And you can really easily determine what a renter can edit of that description. So they can just edit everything, but you just select text here. And you see it turns in green. That means whenever you rent out this particular video, the renter can only edit the parts that are now turned green. So that's incredibly powerful. You're basically renting out premium real estate on YouTube right there, and you completely control what your renter can edit. Does that kind of look cool to you guys? Is anybody still awake? Some ones? Good. Just checking there, no worries. All right, so that's basically the renting out the... Not getting it. Okay, Valerie, what are you not getting exactly? So what happens is basically...
Let me just say this, Stephen. I'll just kind of sum it up. Guys, what you can do...
Sure.
Here's the purpose. We're explaining the use of it. The purpose is more important, okay? Anybody out there that has YouTube's videos ranking for local properties, like I don't know if you guys have ever seen the G-Probe system where you can rank like tons of these videos really, really quickly. What you're able to do is rent out a YouTube video to one of your clients. So for instance, this photography site that we're kicking ass with. Okay, let's say I had her as a client, but I also had like 30 or 40 YouTube videos. I could tell her, look, if you want, we're also ranking for a bunch of YouTube videos. Would you like to rent those as well? And if she says yes, she gives you money, you give her access, okay? And then she comes into her back area and she's able to edit elements. So this is a real YouTube video. This is actually me playing guitar here. If this was for rent, she would be able to change the title. She would be able to change the description, okay? She'd be able to change the captioning to suit her company. Stuart, how is through the magic of local supremacy. That's kind of what we were showing first. We should have said what, but how, but it doesn't matter. This is what we're explaining here is we're the only ones that have the technology to do two things with this software. One is the skinning that we showed, and this one's the YouTube video. Good. Okay, sorry. Carry on, Stephen.
Yeah, sure. Just answering Andy here. I think it's a good question for everybody. So he's saying, so it's for your own videos only that we are already have ranked. Yes, exactly. So you rank your videos. Ranking videos is obviously also a little bit easier, and like especially when you do local video rankings, then it makes it even easier. And when they rank, you can start renting them out. And then on that same note, let's go to the caption tool settings. So captioning is a very important factor of video ranking. YouTube has their own captioning tool, and well, honestly, that tool is pretty awesome. So if you want to set your captioning, you can do it via this tool, but the YouTube tool itself is better. Like, I'll be totally honest with you. But there is some magic here, because you can actually use the captioning to allow your renter to set call to actions. So if you can see here at the left, where no, not there, the little button. The little button there, it has a lock on it. That means if it's red, the user cannot edit it. But if you unlock it, that means the person who's renting your video can actually change that particular caption block. There's a start time and an end time, obviously, and add something like call my business now at 555-444, whatever. Yeah, something like that. And they can sync that with YouTube, and then that is only set for that particular renter. And whenever people visit the video, they if they have the caption turned on, obviously, they will see that call to action. And obviously they can do that whatever whatever caption block that they want. And that's basically it for the caption tool settings and the video renting. Obviously, we're very open to more feedback on the YouTube renting out feature. There are some bigger changes planned for long term, like renting out complete channels and stuff like that. But yeah, this is what we have right now, and it's pretty damn unique. I think it's the only software pretty much in the world that allows you to rent out YouTube videos and still keep control, which is obviously super important as well. And you can kind of do the same Rent Me funnel, but obviously for the Rent Me funnel to basically tell the world that your video is for rent, you cannot produce any pop-ups or whatever on YouTube, because obviously they won't allow it. So basically what we do is you use the video description. The first two lines, they are always visible on YouTube. You can add something temporarily that says like, this video is for rent, and then click here, and then it goes to a sales page, or basically any page you want, where you can kind of complete the offer. Yeah. Like as you can see right now, it's there in the description. Yeah, exactly. Rent this video, and there's the link. And when people click it, you can start the process of actually renting out that particular video. I've heard Stuart's asking, can we broker this service out? I've heard this feedback before, and it's definitely something you can already do it if you get a little bit creative, but we want to definitely add that a little bit more in the system to make that a little bit easier. But if you get a little bit creative, you can actually already do it.
Yeah, and guys, the reason I saw someone ask the reason that that page wasn't available is because the only reason is I didn't set it up. This is just for demo. But that's it. There is one more thing that I want to cover, but I want to cover it in a little bit. This software does do more, guys. I'll just mention it like this. I'll mention it. It also handles all your client billing and invoicing automatically for you. So as clients are coming in and renting out your properties, renting out your assets, it's billing them automatically. It's tracking them automatically. But before I cover that, do you guys want to get into maybe deciding whether you want to buy this stuff or not? And then we can show you that later. Price. Give me the word price if you want the price. And give me how much you think this is going to cost. Yeah, of course, you guys almost know. Who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy it regardless of how much it costs?
$1 million.
Here's what I want to do, guys. We're going to load this up. I'm going to drop this buy link here right away. But what I want to do is first, we're very clever, I think. I hate being facetious like that, but what we want to do is give you guys an offer so that you could get all of this software for $1, okay, and use it, okay? So what we're going to do is allow you to use everything for $1, okay? And let's show you how to do that. So I'm going to drop this link now, and then you guys can see how this all works. So Lior, do you want to give them the link? I'll load the page as well. And then we'll explain how all this works, okay? So go to scoprush.com/serptech. Yeah, what's the real price? Okay, guys. So here's the offer. We're giving you Local Supremacy and SerpTech together. They're two extremely powerful softwares. They work extremely well together. Okay. You need to have something to rank. You got it. You need to have something to sell. You got it. You need software to sell it with automatically. You got it in a whole bunch of different ways. So here's how it's going to work on the sales page. Okay. So here's the thing. We're going to do a 997 initiation, okay? And how that's going to work, guys, we have PayPal credit available for you, meaning if you use PayPal credit, you'll have no payments and no interest for 6 months on the initiation, okay? Then you have to, once you buy the 2 pieces of software, you have to choose your package, okay? It'll be $47 a month, and that'll give you 250 installable domains, meaning with SerpTech, you can build 250 SerpTech sites as well as 250 assets in Local Supremacy. And what an asset is, remember, is a package that you sell to a client, but what you put in the package is up to you. It can be a single site. It can be a single page on a site. It can be multiple sites. It even can be a site and a page on another site and a YouTube video. Okay.
Hey, Eric, hey, guys, also I want to mention that for the first 20 buyers, I'm going to give you $100 off. All right. So the first 20 that jump on here, we're going to give you $100 off. And that coupon code is LIOR100. Okay. Before you push buy, put in the coupon code LIOR100, LIOR 100.
Yeah. Don't
first
put in
20.
First 20.
Thanks a lot for doing
quick.
that, Todd.
We're running out of this one really fast.
Let me explain the other thing, guys. So definitely use Lior 100 if you guys are going to get this. And let me just finish explaining this because I see a lot of questions coming. The package is very important, guys. First, you're going to buy your initiation with PayPal credit and the coupon Lior 100. That's going to knock it down to $897. Okay. Then you have to choose one of the 2 packages. The difference between the 2 packages, $47 a month, which doesn't start for 30 days. Okay. You pay $1. That's where the dollar comes from. And then after 30 days is when your next bill comes in for these packages. 250 sites or 4,999 sites, which is pretty much unlimited. If you get to 4,999 sites, give me a phone call and I'll give you another 4,099 because I'll be so damn proud of you. Okay. People are also asking right away, can I upgrade later on? We don't have that availability quite yet. So get the right package right now. Okay, guys. This is also, so it's 250 rentable assets plus installs, 4,999 is also, that's how many SerpTech installs you can do, plus how many assets you can have. Okay, guys. And that's how you're going to be able to get this for $1. Use PayPal credit, no payments, no interest for 6 months, and then just choose one of your packages. Either one is only going to cost you $1 for the first 30 days. And then within that 30 days, guys, what are you going to do? How long does it take to rank a site? How long does it take you to get this kind of rankings? Somebody answer that for me. Yeah, 15 minutes. $1 will get you 30 days of access to this for 15, minutes of rankings to get this kind of shit. And then you get out there and you sell. You use Scope Leads to start contacting people and sell. Yeah, or one day or whatever.
Guys, for the discount code, make sure you're using caps. I think you have to use
We
caps.
actually covered that. It doesn't matter anymore. Somebody's saying it's redirecting back to the sales page. Let's check it out. Guys, if you're having issues, let me load this again. Okay, because sometimes I know issues come. Please email our support. We will help you out. A couple of tips to help you if you guys are getting redirected. I'm seeing a couple saying you're getting redirected to the sales page. Let me log out of here. Log in to Deal Guardian first if that's the issue you're having. Okay. Where's that buy link again? Let me just double test this for you guys. But please keep this support line in notice. If you're having issues, please tell us. Please send in a ticket to this desk because we have those 20 coupons. We will honor those 20 coupons because I know people are having issues because freaking Deal Guardians drive me up the wall sometimes. But I'm going to just double check it right now. Should be working. It could be that a lot of people are clicking the button too. Okay, it is working for me, guys. Okay. Refresh your browser.
If you guys have,
Brandon,
try incognito window or something.
Go back to scoperush.servtech, okay? And press Control F5 when you get there. And that'll refresh your cache in your browser. And remember, guys, I think a lot of people are buying right now too, so that might be part of this. And while you guys are doing that, yep, go ahead.
I think the problem is the coupon itself when you enter it.
Let me go enter the
You
coupon.
know what, guys? Hold on one second. Let me just try another one here. Give me 1 minute.
Coupon works. Guys, if you're having trouble with the coupon, use all caps. We do have it set up to not use caps as well, but if you're having issues, just all caps, Leor 100. I just did it there and it works. So I know it is working. You see the price drop by 100 there. And then you choose PayPal and then you check out with PayPal and choose the credit. Try it myself. They want me to log in and buy it.
Yeah, they're saying if you hit the next button, it won't work or something.
Oh, select a payment method. Make sure you're selecting a payment method. What the hell? Did anybody get through? Let me just ask that because I did. Yeah. So Abdallah did get through. Todd's feverishly working on the back end there, I can tell, to make sure that this is working because I'm not sure why I got redirected.
Maybe you can talk about choosing the bonus in the meantime, Herc.
Okay. Todd, you just come on. Let people know you are working on that. I'm not sure why that's doing that. We have that tested. Everything's fine. I will talk about those bonuses, guys, and show you while we're figuring this out. So on the bottom here, guys, you see that we have an a la carte bonus. Okay, you get one of 3 bonuses. All right, so you can either get an 8-week rank and rent training. This is where Todd and I taught basically the site spray foam that we showed you guys earlier, Spray Foam Insulation Edmonton. Okay, what this is a coaching course on local SEO and how we were able to get this ranked #1 with star ratings and number 1, 2, 3 and stuff like that. It takes you all the way from choosing the niche, building the site, the plugins, doing the SEO, the backlinks, like the PBN stuff, like where to get PBN to rank these sites, stuff like that. It's a really great bonus if you're more of a new SEO. and you need to understand a little bit more core fundamentals of SEO, or if you want to learn how to like boost your sites, like these sites, guys, are ranking extremely well out of the gate. But to rank for the really, really good shit, like Toronto wedding photographer, I think this site is ranked actually number 39. So it's on page 4 for Toronto wedding photographer, which is a massive, massive keyword. You probably need a little bit more, a little stank on your domains, a little bit PDN. So this will help you do that. Let me get back to that screen. Okay, 150 keyword supremacy credits. If you choose this bonus, is we actually also developed a keyword tool, keyword research tool. Now you guys saw that we had to choose certain keywords and stuff like that. We do go over advanced keyword training in the members area, but this gives you 150 credits into keyword supremacy to go get a bunch of keywords and all the metrics like the CPC and the search volume and competition, all that. It's really, really awesome. If you can go to keywordsupremacy.com to watch the video on how this works, you can have 150 credits there, or you can have a 5-site license of Project Supremacy. Now, Project Supremacy is an SEO plugin. You guys, a lot of you are probably familiar with it. For those that are not, it is an SEO plugin, but the main advantage of it is that it has schema, and schema is what's responsible for doing this right here, these star ratings. Okay, it's called aggregate rating schema. Okay, and Project Supremacy will allow you to do that. Okay, so you also get any one of those 3 bonuses when you join today, or when you join, period. Okay, yeah. And let me bring this screen up, guys. I know that there's people having issues with a redirect right now, and Todd is working on that. If you're having issues, please, you can use our support desk as well. We will honor all these coupons for people that are trying to purchase right now, because I'm pretty sure more than 20 are trying to purchase, and it's not really fair to not give you that coupon if that doesn't work.
Yeah, guys, it's just a Deal Guardian issue here.
Did anybody else? Let me just be clear. Did anybody else get through? I know there's a few people that are saying they aren't, but I know. Yeah, Wes, you didn't. Okay. Abdul did.
It seems to be PayPal and Deal Guardian aren't communicating properly at the moment. It does work with credit cards, but it's been working just fine.
Yeah, it works with credit card, apparently not with PayPal. Abdullah says the same.
Yeah, guys, we'll just have to, I'm going to leave this up. Put in your ticket if you are trying to buy. We will 100% honor what we're saying, like the coupons and stuff like that. And I'm sure everyone is looking into it right now. But while we're doing that, does anybody have is there any more questions about things? I did see that there was a lot of questions about other items, like as far as SERP or local supremacy as well, and we'll answer those.
Herc, also, just in case that Lior 100, for some reason, it's kind of been flaky with me as well, but also instituted 100 OFF. And that seems to be working every time for me, and it's set up the exact same way. I do apologize for this, guys. This was working brilliantly earlier.
Okay, and I'm just if anybody has any questions, I guess we were past the myth of Google penalizing Lightbox websites. No, not exactly, Brown. A lot of people do, like, it's a big, well-known fact that there is a lot of scared people out there that don't want to overlay websites because they're afraid that, Google's going to de-index their sites, and it has happened. One of the things, though, that we're doing here, guys, is we're using very, very safe technology with local supremacy. You'll notice there was, let me, you know what, Steven developed it. I'm going to let him explain why Overlay and Overlay Plus are so unique with local supremacy and why it's still safe to overlay with our technology. And I'll be in the background here trying to figure out this Deal Guardian shit.
Yeah, so it's actually a really good question. There is a video on this even in the user area. what I have done is I've created a system that basically detects if Google and Googlebot is checking your website, and it basically shuts down the whole website. So that means Googlebot will never ever see any of the overlays and neither of the skin as well. And to go a little bit further on that, even if somebody comes in to your website from the Google office and they check your website, they will not see the overlay. Obviously, if they hire somebody out from outside of their office or whatever, they would be able to see it. But the chances of that happening with billions of websites on the internet and your smaller website that is ranking is extremely, extremely small, obviously. So the whole system just basically shuts down. And if you don't believe me, you can check it for yourself, which I would recommend you to do. Of course, it's always very healthy to be a bit skeptic of whatever anybody tells you. Whatever you can do is you can go in to your Google Webmasters tool, and there's an option there where you can see fetch as Google and actually render the website as well. So you don't even have to look at the code or anything. If you don't want to or don't understand any of the HTML code, you can actually just have Google render your website as they see it. So if you set up an overlay and then do that in your Google Webmasters, you can see that Google just completely does not see the overlay or the skin or whatever you've set up in that particular website. That said, though, we do not recommend you to invite Google. So installing Google Webmasters, installing Google Analytics, you can do it. I don't think it will harm, but it's especially for the mass page builder, which I think still is a wrong name because we're not building mass pages, but whatever, let's just call it a name. It's better to not invite Google. So use stat counter or whatever to keep your track of your stats. That's basically what we recommend for that.
I'm going to show an example of that just because it'll be cool.
Abdallah, stat counter is a good one.
Oops. I'm going to overlay a site and show you guys. Just as a little test, it's not as strong as what Steven just said, but you don't want to invite Google to your site anyways. But I'm going to overlay a site right now, guys, and I'm going to look at it through Googlebot, and I'll show you that. Let me just add this page. MediaPhoto.pro. Dark Comma, right, Steven?
What was that? Sorry?
I'm going to set up this wildcard here. I'm going to just do star comma.
Yeah, and a slash.
Like that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to overlay the entire, that's called a wildcard, guys. That's overlaying the entire site. Okay. So I'm going to go to the funnel.
Yeah, with wildcards, you can get really creative as to what, like, for example, if you want to target one particular city or one particular state, you can get really creative with the wildcard to set this up. This is a little bit more advanced, but we have, like for this webinar, it will kind of take too much time to get into that really deeply, but we do have training on that as well. I don't know if, I don't think Harak has showed you guys this yet, but there's a shit ton of training all prepared for you guys in the training tab right on top there.
Let me show you guys this, okay? For anyone that's worried about the security of overlays. Okay, this is just a cool little test. I'm going to first, I overlaid, so I'm going to refresh this because I just overlaid it. Log out again. Okay, so this is the ebphoto.pro. This is the site that I built this morning. So I overlaid my own site onto it, Herc Magnus. Okay, so I'm going to just load that, refresh it, turn it on, save maybe. Come on.
Did you put it on overlay in the settings and it's not on page editor?
Overlay.
Okay.
Right, me funnel. Overlay active. Yeah, it's just, I got to refresh it here. It's caching. Okay, let me just start this over, guys.
Chase, yeah, we actually, that's a good question. He's asking how many people on this on this webinar. Like, we are limiting access to the softwares to about 1,000 people. Especially for SERPTech, we want to keep it kind of down on the down low and not give like the whole world access like some other softwares tend to do. And so yeah, we're only promoting it privately in certain webinars with certain really cool ass people like Lior. And it will never ever be released like a big launch on JVZoo or whatever.
Thanks for calling me cool, Steven. Appreciate that. Pretty cool too.
You're 100% new at SEO, but after watching the last 2 days, it seems easy enough. Dalton, and SEO knowledge never hurts with what we're doing. So maybe one of the bonuses you'd want to pick is that rank and rent training, because you will get a good SEO education in that as well, in that bonus. Okay, that's this bonus right here, the 8-week rank and rent training. It's literally 8 weeks of us going over different aspects of it, all the way from the start to the finish. So, and I'm just I am still trying to set up this demo, guys, to show you through Google's eyes what Google sees as the overlay for people that are concerned with the safety. I just have caching issues with my my browser sometimes.
Are you using the
DNS.
correct URL?
Flush DNS, Circ. Well, you didn't change IP, did you?
No.
/flush DNS.
Normally don't even have to do that at overlays, so I'm missing a step here.
Oh,
Check
Sorry.
the URL if you got that one right. It's a little bit small.
Let me see where there's questions. You get to pick the bonuses, Brandon. You get to pick your bonus actually after your first initial purchase. There's actually a checkbox on the second page that says, "Oh, Lior 100 is working now." Is there training on how to use? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't gonna hit the same question as you just did. Yeah, there's training, Casey. A lot of it.
There's training on both. So here's local supremacy training. Okay, there's videos for all the situations like this. The kind of the advanced stuff that we're doing that you guys are seeing with wildcards is all covered in all these videos. And don't be overwhelmed, guys. They're short, easy, digestible videos. Okay, and then with SERPTech, it's the same thing. Okay, you'll have your members area, and I'll show you that, where we hold weekly training webinars as well for both SERPTech and local supremacy. And we record them and we put them all in the members area. What the hell is going on today? Oh, that's what.
There's some serious internet gremlins today, aren't there?
As soon as Deal Guardian, I'm not going to lie to you guys, as soon as that shit happened with Deal Guardian, I got frazzled and ticked off, and now I'm just frazzled all over the place. I'm not paying attention. So this is the SERPTech thing, guys. This is the members area. Right here is all your training. This is for SERPTech, okay? Oh, can't show that. Now I'm going to have to block that out. I'll change my key. But here's all the training, guys, how to install it, how to set it up, building, indexing, all the steps along the way. And then this little video right here, the screen, is all the replays of all the training that we've been doing. Okay, so you can see here's a SERPTech demo, here's a local supremacy demo, and then we're going into we did a Q&A webinar, and then we're doing weekly trainings, and the first 3 are already full. The next one will be on the 26th, and we'll just continue doing them every Wednesday as well. And then, of course, for local supremacy, the training is all here. So you're fully supported, fully trained, as well as a bunch of live trainings as well. Is anybody getting through yet? I'm still not. I can't see what anybody's saying to anyone.
PayPal still not. PayPal and Deal Guardian are having
They're having
problem.
a battle. Well,
Yes.
Yeah, what I can do is I can actually email only the people who came live first, because for the coupons. So once we get that working, there's a lot of people on here keep trying, they keep waiting. So guys, really appreciate it. We can definitely email to you. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll honor the coupons as we said.
Yeah, we'll 100% make sure that everyone that wants it will get it, put it that way. And we'll do something really nice too to make up for our obvious screw ups here. You know what I'll do, guys? You know what I'm going to do for you guys? Anybody that's going to buy this, please send in a support ticket. And what I'm going to do instead of you guys choosing one of these bonuses, for everybody that's buying, I'm going to give you all 3 as our way of saying, sorry. You will have to purchase. You will have to submit your purchase intent through support. But if you do that, guys, if you submit your purchase intent through support, once you purchase, you'll be able to get the 1 automatically, but I'll give you the other 2 as a way of saying we're sorry as a bonus. So you'll get all 3 of these. Okay, yeah, that's cool, Brandon. Thank you. We're obviously, we'll get to our support desk after the webinar. Does anybody still have any questions regarding anything? I'm still trying to set up that. I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to really show you guys a visual of what Google sees on these overlays. How long do the sites rank for? Jason's been building in this manner. Okay, not necessarily with this exact software. It's had a little bit of changes here and there, but he's been doing it for 2 years, and they're ranking fine. I'll also show you guys this for the sites that I've been building.
Just can you do a hard refresh once more, Herc?
Can I? Yeah.
It's working for me, so it's on your computer.
Yeah, I know. Everything's kind of going wacky today with. I could probably do this in incognito, actually. No, I didn't think of that because I'm frazzled.
Get Ghost Browser.
I'm frazzled.
Go install Ghost Browser
right now.
I switch back and forth, but I always switch back and forth between Ghost and Chrome. If you guys don't know about Ghost Browser, it is basically built on Chromium, which is Chrome, which means all the Chrome plugins work. It works exactly like Chrome. You're just not being tracked as hard by Google with what you do. Ghostbrowser.com. I use them both simultaneously all day long, especially when I run into caching issues. Works like a charm.
Okay, guys, here's the when we were talking a little earlier about is it safe to overlay with local supremacy? Here, this is the example. So here's EB Photo, the site that we built this morning. You can see I've overlaid my own site, Herc Magnus, onto it. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it this EB Photo into Analyze, and I'm going to look at it through the eyes of the Google bot. Okay, the Google search bot. So we're going to click Analyze. And it's going to run, and what it's doing is it's going to look at the site through Googlebot, and here's what it says. What it's seeing is ebnphoto.pro status 200. Okay, status 200 means everything's good. You can see it's all EBN Pro that it's seeing and reading, even though when you go to EBN Pro, it is overlaying Herc Magnus. So that's just kind of a visual to show you guys that these are safe. Steven's done an incredible job, and in making sure that we're as safe as possible. So I see another question too. Can Google slap the cover site? The honest question is Google can slap whatever the hell Google wants to slap. Okay, but the way we're building these sites, guys, is we're avoiding all the things that other people are doing wrong. We're not actually building mass page sites. We're building mass ranking sites. Okay, and I can't go into too much detail about how we're doing that, but the truth of the matter is we're building small sites. They're not really crazy. We're not really getting on the radar because they're too small, but we are getting a lot of rankings for them. So we're flying way under the radar. And then we're also for the overlay using Steven's system, which is a very safe and effective system. So we're flying under the radar. Does that mean it's 100% bulletproof? No, it doesn't. Sometimes maybe you will lose a site for whatever reason. It can happen. It will happen eventually. So I'm sure to someone, but here's the point, guys. These sites are so quick to build, and literally like what you saw with EB Photo. Okay, I built EB, what was the other one? It was EB Shoots. Okay, I built EB Shoots live on the webinar yesterday, and I literally copy and pasted the domain to EB Photo, and look at what happened, guys. We still got all the rankings, okay? So that's what happens if you ever get the little hoot and kabootin or whatever. There you go. You just copy it over to a no domain and you're back up within 15 minutes. Question about skinning. If you overlay their site over your main site that's ranking, can you edit their company number and put a tracking number over your own? No, not quite, Brandon. That's not quite how skinning works. You can, in order to skin a site, okay, in order to like be able to like overlay an edited version of the actual site, you have to have at least admin access privileges to that site, or have the webmaster of that site upload a tag so that local supremacy is connected with it. So you can't just overlay a client site and start changing shit on them. It doesn't quite work like that. But you can get a client to overlay it, to input a tag, and then you can do it. Or typically what we've been doing is you build a landing page, or you build a nice rank and rent site like the Spray Foam Edmonton's, the Spray Foam site in Edmonton that I have, or the pool resurfacing one. You build an actual lander like that. Then when you rent it out to a client, you can skin it and put in all their phone numbers and all their details and stuff like that. Or you can conversion test a client.
And to kind of get on the hot SSL, no SSL usage, because actually Herc in the beginning, in the very beginning, he said like, oh, it's a non-SSL page, so I can't overlay it with an SSL page, which is not completely true, but there's some confusing around that. So I'll try to make this as clear as possible as I can in words. So if you have an HTTP website, you can overlay it with HTTP website or an HTTPS website. So with both. If you have the host website is an HTTPS website, you can only overlay it with another HTTPS website, not with an HTTP website. The reason for that is just that's the rules of the internet. It's called mixed content, and you cannot display a non-secure element or website in this case on a secure website. I hope I am not confusing anybody right now, but that's just how the internet works, and the browser will just display a blank website in that case. Okay, cool.
Clay, if you already have an account, you need to use support to get help with that account. You guys might already be chatting. I don't know. Why would you guys sell this tool and keep it a low-key secret? Well, we are going to keep it a low-key secret because we're not going to sell it always every time. We're going to max out at 1,000 members, and then we're going to stop doing it because we don't want this widespread usage. We don't want people analyzing our sites or software. So we're going to keep it down to about 1,000 people.
Andy, that's just a very difficult question for us to answer. Andy's asking, how much are you renting the sites for to clients usually? It completely depends on the niche you are attacking. Basically, for example, imagine if you're building a website for the medical niche in some surgery or something. Like a surgery would earn a doctor in the United States maybe $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000. So that's very different as to when you're building a website for a plumber and he's only earning a few $100 per each customer. So you'll have to do some research into your niche and basically determine what more or less the profit margin is for your potential renters, and then take a percentage of that profit margin for an average number of customers you can send to that particular person. Remember, like if you're renting out a website to any customer, that customer needs to be happy and making more money than you do. That's how you create long-term relationships with your customers and long-term renters.
The other thing too, guys, I always say is how comfortable are you and how good are you at sales? Okay, so what Steven's saying is you have to know your market, know your pricing, know the value of a customer, and kind of understand all that. But you also have to know how good you are at sales. You know, you could go out and flip these sites I could go sell this site for $250 to somebody, no problem, because I'm just undervaluing the shit out of the site. And I could just go to start contacting photographers and be like, look, I'll give it to you for $250. You'll make a $250 sale pretty quickly, pretty easily. But you could also go out and say, look, it's $250 a month. Or you could go and say, look, I'll give it to you for 2 weeks for free, and then I'm going to charge you $500 a month. Or you could sell the leads. The other thing you can do here, guys, and we didn't really even cover that, is when you're doing stuff like overlays. So we have example sites here, like these Asbestos Law Pro site and Best Asbestos Service. Those those keywords, guys, are huge keywords. They make a lot of money in AdSense. So what you can do even is if you don't even want to deal with clients at all, okay, what you can do is go build a super legitimate AdSense site, meaning a real nice site. Spend some time on it, make it good so that Google approves it, build a real AdSense site, and then go rank one or two of these, high CPC keyword SERP tech sites and overlay your AdSense on it and have those people clicking through on there. Okay. You could do that as an example, or you could build affiliate style sites and overlay to a landing page with an email collection. You're overlaying to what do they call them? What the hell's the word? Lead gen or lead cap or whatever the word is, where you're capturing the email address for a product that you're trying to sell, like an affiliate
CPA.
product. CPA. Thank you. You could do it that way, guys. You could even do, there's a nice site actually called Ring Partner. Okay. I think it's Ring Partner. You can go through Ring Partner and they buy phone calls. That's what this company does. They say, look, if you got sites generating leads, we'll buy them and resell them for you. And it's like a CPA network, but for lead gen. You could build a nice landing page with data collection for like name, address, phone number, website, all that stuff. Sell it to Ring Partner. Okay, so there's really a lot of flexibility with the two tools as well. Brandon says, screw those guys. Just get good at local partner sales. You'll have to come in the group, Brandon, and teach people that stuff.
There is some training on that, by the way. In the local supremacy, there is a training on how to pitch people. And there's actually a bonus, like a small bonus, but we've actually never really talked about that. But it's pretty cool. There is a video in the bonus area of local supremacy, which you can use as a sales tool. And the bonus is the video is actually built in such a way you can dynamically alter the video to include some personal data of a potential sales or renter, actually, which is kind of cool. Just a little extra. You're getting so much really cool extras.
Yeah, Vinny, we're actually aware of there's some issue going on with PayPal and Deal Guardian right now, which is sending people kind of backwards in their order process. So what we're asking anybody who's trying to order right now, we know there is a 20 coupon limit that we instituted and stuff like that. Please submit your intent to buy to our support desk at supremacy.freshdesk.com. Okay, guys, so that we know you're interested in supporting. We will honor the coupons for everybody. We will also, for anyone that is buying, as our way of saying we're sorry, we're going to give you all 3 bonuses instead of letting you pick one, because this is something we totally didn't expect. We had this all working seamlessly.
Hey, Herc, it would be cool to kind of show our Facebook group and the amazing results people have been getting there. And also, I don't know if we can still find it in the Facebook group, the challenge you put out a while ago.
Oh, yeah, I have to dig for that. Well, I can do this, though. Hang on a second. In SERP Tech, actually, we collect as images are coming in, like testimonials from users. We collect them, obviously. And yeah, I'll go through a bunch of them with you guys. These are from members actually that have joined. I mean, a lot of these are going to be ranked. Like everyone's excited about getting like crazy ass rankings. I mean, we've proved the shit out of that. I believe, you know what I mean. But like, it's still fun when members share this stuff with us. Let me hide this and we'll scroll through these for you guys. I'll have to resize them as I go because they're so small. But let me get to this one's good. Olivier, okay. He was one of the, so what I did is I put out a contest to our initial buyers. These are like our own members. I put out a $200 contest to whoever could go out there and get a sold site the fastest. And I believe Olivier almost won. But you can see here, for success, hey everyone, just blah, 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 blah. 1.8K to 2K per month he's renting out this site for. Yeah, there's a Facebook group, Dalton, for sure. But Olivier was one of them. Rob Gordon is another one. I'll see if I can find his. He was actually the winner. Here it is. here's my invoice from my first client. Hopefully I am first for the $200. That was the $200 prize I'm talking about. That's the site. I had to blur it out. So he got a deal for 12,000 pounds a year, which is really, really good money. I think what is 12,000 divided by 12? So it's like 1,000 pounds or 1,250 US a month that he rented one of these sites out, and he ended up winning the competition because he.
And that was
sent,
only 4 days after
yeah,
him
he did it pretty
buying.
fast.
Yeah.
Does the package come with ProRank Tracker? No, ProRank Tracker is a separate service. It's not even ours. We don't own it. Ring partner, Keith. Abdullah, you've got a lot of, okay, so why aren't you guys personally selling these sites? Because I'm busy developing software now. I came from an SEO background. I started as an agency doing that shitty thing where I was going to people saying, you know, give me your money now and I'll rank you eventually. It's called Position One Marketing. You can look that up on the internet. It's in Edmonton, Alberta. But I got sick of that, so I moved into the rank and rent method, which if you're a Scope Leads buyer, you should have that as a bonus. I built that business up to about $30,000 a month. And then I met Todd. And then once I met Todd, we realized we would work really, really well together. I have a lot of great ideas. He has an amazing development team. So we started developing software, and I no longer do these sites. I personally don't build these sites anymore for profits just because I'm so busy developing software. So we've done Project Supremacy, Keyword Supremacy, AMP Supremacy. Now we're releasing Local Supremacy and SERPTech together, as well as Project Supremacy V3 is coming out. So as you can imagine, I've changed states of SEO so fast. And now I'm just in software development. How much am I pulling in? A lot. I left doing client SEO. Like, I was doing well. That's kind of a weird question, but how long do you think to take for support to get through to me so I can buy this shit and get started? Brandon, well, most of us are actually still on the webinar. So we also have to figure out what the issue is with DL Guardian and PayPal. So as long as you have that support ticket in, we will get to you. I do apologize. I understand it is, people want to get going now. I mean, you guys are committed to start building. I get that. We'll just do our best, I guess.
You know, DG and PayPal are just having a communications issue. As you can tell by the way that shopping cart works, that if you select PayPal and you click next, it's not going to PayPal. It's redirecting back to our sales page. And so they're working on it. And we hope to have a resolution sometime in the next few hours, hopefully. But as soon as we do, we will certainly, give you guys everything that we promised here on the webinar, no matter if it's tomorrow. If you get in, you will get in. Eventually, we will sort this out. You just may not be able to get started tonight. Unfortunately, you have no idea how bad I feel right now. But we're working on it as hard as we can over here, and DG's working on it too. And we will provide a solution just as soon as possible. Just make absolutely sure that you go to our support desk right there on the screen and just say, hey, I was on Lior's webinar and I want to purchase. Please send me a link as soon as possible. And Alex will respond to you immediately once we have this resolved.
Thanks, Casey. He says, don't worry, guys. Shit happens. Shit doesn't happen to us too much. This sucks, but
yeah, it's outside of our power zone. It's just a problem between Deal Guardian and PayPal, unfortunately.
Danny, that's a good question. So the replay will be posted. We'll probably cut out all this embarrassing crap. But we'll post that replay, and Lior will email it to you as well, so that you guys can watch the first half, because I know there was a lot in that one as well. And it'll all be on the same page, and Lior will make sure you guys get all that.
Yeah, definitely will take care of that.
Can you ask that again, Rudy? Can you, through the bonus blog manager? I'm not quite sure what you mean there.
I think he's talking about Raven blog. What's it called? The bonus we announced.
Yeah, we're not gonna cover that. That's not really part of this. Oh man, any more questions, guys?
Great mind think alike, Eric. I was just gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much we can do about this issue that's happening. So rather than sitting here looking like fools, I'd love to either answer questions for you guys or just let you all go, and we can focus on supporting everybody and getting this stuff fixed. But if you guys have any questions, we are here. We will answer them. Just pop them in there, and we'll go.
But I would like to welcome all of those who didn't go through PayPal. Welcome in. I do see quite a few of you guys that did use a credit card, debit card, and made it in successfully. Right on, absolutely. I see Casey. Been talking about him a little bit today. I see Thomas.
Mohammed, you might need to watch the first webinar again, but yes, SerpTech does have a listing for, I think it's a whole bunch of countries. I think it's like 14 or 24 countries, and then all the like states or provinces of those countries and all the cities. So you can select those to do that. You can also build a CSV of your own, like I was showing you on the webinar, to really niche down to suburbs, but it does have that built in. Yeah, Paul, it was so Paul's out. Hey, Paul just got here. Basically, Paul, yeah, webinar 1 was we ranked the shit out of keywords, and webinar 2 is yeah, we showed 4. It's totally fine, man. We show 4 different methods that local supremacy can use. You can use to overlay the sites, rank. You'll have to watch the replay. Yeah, thank you. You'll have to watch the replay, but it's badass, man. Local supremacy does a lot of things that other overlay softwares won't do. So if you loved Webby 1, definitely watch Webby 2 as well. And come on time next time. I'm just kidding. A kid. Okay, Mohammed, thank you. You got in. You can blame your wife, Paul. I even say to her sometimes, I'm like, Tennille, can I use you as a scapegoat? I don't want to do this thing. Does the training show you how to build the CSV spreadsheets that I made? Yes, it does, Casey. We go into great detail. There's an over-the-shoulder build inside the SerpTech training area, which is an hour-long build of me even setting up WordPress, setting up the plugins, all that stuff. So it's an hour long with me just sitting on the computer explaining things to you, even the CSV spreadsheets and stuff like that. So as well as if you guys really love this stuff, go into the replays of the training webinars that we're holding every Wednesday and watch those. There's so much good stuff in there. There's even some advanced spreadsheet shit. There's good SEO stuff. It shows you a couple of different methods of building, whether you want to randomize your sites or whether you want to really niche down and target your sites. There's all kinds of good stuff. I'm looking forward to having you guys, Val, in case. Yeah, we're very, very active in that group as well, in the SerpTech group. So we'll definitely be meeting you guys in there and seeing you on those Webbies.
Yep. And guys, after you've made your last $1 sign up there, check your emails. You should have 2 logins, one for SerpTech and one for Local Supremacy. They're separate softwares. They're separate logins. The username that you created on the registration page, unfortunately, is not going to be the same username for SerpTech. So make sure you're watching out for that SerpTech email that's going to contain a unique username and password that we automatically created for you. So be sure to watch out for those emails. If there's any problem logging into SerpTech, if you go to SerpTech/WP login, it's like a normal WordPress blog, and just click on lost password there and put in your email. You're not going to know your username, but put in your email address that you used for sign up, and that will send you your password.
Yeah, just like regular WordPress, guys. Same login. Use the same login system. Any more questions?
Yes. Last call for questions.
Vinny's in. Thank you, Vinny.
Welcome,
Right
Vinny.
on. Welcome, Vinny. Yeah, I do see quite a few of you that did make it in, so that's great news.
Does anybody have any tips as to how they're getting through this? Is there a certain way that we can tell people?
Yeah, credit
that we
card.
love yet?
Credit card, yeah.
They're skipping the PayPal credit.
Credit card and debit. We're just not able to.
Casey, if I have a buddy who's also in SEO, but they weren't on the webinar, is there any way for them to get the software? Tell them about it, I guess, and tell them to be quick because Lior's offer isn't going to last for very long.
Yeah, guys, because of this Deal Guardian, we'll keep it open for a few more days. Just email their support, and they'll definitely take care of you. They're really fast with that.
Yeah, I just saw David. You got that failure. You're getting the same error that a lot of other people are. So definitely submit your intent to purchase here at support at Supremacy Fresh Desk. We'll make sure that you get what you are trying to buy. So
awesome. David said he signed up.
welcome in, David. Okay, just submit a support ticket, David, and we'll figure it out. There's obviously some issues. Okay, yeah, submit a support ticket, please, and we'll 100% make sure that gets sorted out. When you guys are submitting your support tickets too, if you are already in for any reason, please make sure you're submitting your receipts as well. It makes it easier on us because then we don't have to say, can you submit your receipt? And then you respond back and just submit it right off the bat. And we'll support you fast. I guess I know what I'm doing tonight.
Support?
Me too.
Hang out in the sun, but no.
All right, no worries, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna take the people who attended. Gonna email them privately. You're gonna get access, guys. Don't worry about it. So I want to thank Herc and Todd and Steven. Thanks so much for taking your time. Don't worry about this. It's still an awesome webinar. I learned a lot on the skinning stuff. It was incredible. I'm definitely gonna be using that personally. So I really appreciate your time, guys. Thanks for sticking around. There's still a whole bunch here. And watch out for your emails either tonight or tomorrow. Definitely be there. Thanks a lot, Casey. And guys, say bye, and we'll wrap this up.
Bye,
All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining us. See you later.
See you in support.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have an awesome night, everyone. Bye.
Ciao.